Welcome everyone, it's Victor Strigamore. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be setting this up a bit differently. Put Kimi involved, because we want to try to keep the turn meter down, right? Turn meter down. Let's see. Some nukers. There's a number of methods we can choose with this. So yeah. To set this up. Generally, you're going to want to use only your major skills for the boss, right? Decrease. And then go in for the all-in. And then go buff him. Possible. Go in for that. Go in for that. Decrease. Go for that. Go for that main line. Go in there. For to decrease his decrease return meter, decrease return meter, definitely there. We want to save the strip in case she gets the buff up. You don't want her to get the buff up. You want to go for that. Decrease the attack. Try to get a leech in. Get that. Decrease accuracy is good. It's always good to have decreased accuracy in this fight because I'm out of true fear. We're going to want to continue to deal with the turn meter here. Go in for that. She's got the leech up. All right. Want to keep her turn meter down at all times. Boom. First go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's keep going up. Because guess what? I'm not stopping until we get that Dark Kael. At the very minimum. At the dead minimum, I want to be the one who has Dark Kael at the very minimum. And I also want to get Arbiter at some point. And Dark Kael would be a good launching point into that. Because we got to keep rolling. Keep smacking these mobs. We want to get him out of the picture if possible. There we go. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Got that reset. All right, where are we going here? Secret room 8 here. Force champs only. Let's go. We are going to want to include War Maiden for the popularity purposes, for obvious reasons. Amazed that didn't destroy him. Gonna be perfectly honest with you. Now I know that the cheapest and easiest strategy for this whole floor would literally be to use Canderfawn, but I don't have that luxurious champion. So, pardon me. If I don't have her, I mean him, Canderfawn. I don't have Canderfawn. One day I might have him. You never know. I might have Canderfawn, but not today. Or Abyss, either way. Because they are the most powerful Force Affinity nukers in the game. We do have Rosin, but he has like long cooldowns on his moves. So that's a bit of a feels bad, man. If I had more legendary books, I might be able to book it down. The amount of true fear they have in here is really kind of amazing. But we got them. And that's what matters. Another 3 frags. We are on our way up. We're on our way up. We do not have long before we get Dark Kael. We really don't. Man, their team comp's annoying. Okay, please. Deadly Catalyst, you. Oh, no, you don't. No. All right, we're making it. We're making it happen. I do not like that they have the Arbiter there. There we go. Kinda. Alright, at least he got only some of his move off, and he didn't hit it as hard as I did. Alright. We're gonna want to deal with Lydia. Yes, there is a Lydia in this game. People in Avion are continually confused by it. Like, there's a Lydia in this game? Yes, there's more Lydias than just yours. Although it's very special, this Lydia. Because this Lydia, you can only get this Lydia with very specific qualifications. Let's keep the climb going. Just want to get Astralon out of the equation before he starts reviving everything. Because Astralon is the true threat here. You want to look for who the true... Well, we know that Zavi is a problem, so... You know that we're going to focus her, right? I mean, Jizo was a threat in the early game. We are way past the real early game. We're not in the end game because I'm still getting mocked by end game players. So we're not in the end game, but we're definitely late game. I'm just early. I'm just late, like early enough. Okay, I'm late enough that the new players don't understand me. And I'm early enough that the late game players mock me. So it's a weird thing going on right now. Weird situation to be in. All right, let's just keep climbing because I don't have time to stop. I've got to get this Dark Kael done, finished. Want to get rid of at least one of these. You do not want these Pixneals getting away with that. Because the problem with Pixneal, right? She gets away with that, you are going to suffer. A lot. Because she is just going to make them live and live and live. And at this defense, it's not fun for them to do that. Before you ask, there we go, got the revives out. 'Cause that's my real reason for not moving on to Doom Tower normal. I mean, moving out of Doom Tower normal is because I don't have my Dark Kael yet. That's why. That's the biggest reason why. Also, because I don't have a good setup, a perfect seer setup to clear out all these waves. Right. Because we've got a... Basically, you need a setup whereby your seer just goes like, goodbye to all these mobs. Like, you just have to have something that just hits them so hard they can't recover. I just haven't made my seer have that kind of slam potential yet. Because you really need to hit them hard. Like, really hard in order for them to go down in there. Because the waves is probably the hardest part, to be perfectly honest with you. The hardest part of Doom Tower, like, okay, you need two things, right? You need to hit really hard to make it worth it, and you need survivability. Very high survivability. And since I don't have those things quite yet in perfect measure, I have to get to that point. I have to get better gearing and potentially an even more powerful, easier to set up nuker than Seer is. And they do exist. I just have to find one. There's a number of them that exist. Gale Impact. Interesting. Let's try this. There we go. Did some damage. It's not ideal, but it's damage. All right. There we go. Our Seer's putting in some work. Because without the Seer, this would take a lot longer. The second I saw that we had the... The seer thing. I knew we had the potential to clear this. Okay, well. The good news is, right? Seer set up what we need. And we can revive Seer with him. Perfect. Give me those frags. Seer still gets top marks for damage, even though her damage wasn't... Like, her build's not even optimized. We haven't even touched on what her build is going to do when she gets optimized. We haven't even touched on that. She is going to own. She is going to own these people. You will see some things. I'm trying to get them out of the equation. Like, I can smell it. Getting rid of him, just getting him out of the equation. Mountain King is obviously going to be a stickler to the very end of existence. He just is that way. Okay, it's time to get her out of the equation straight up. I don't need her. I don't need her doing any shenanigans, and I don't need him to do any shenanigans either. Because I know what they're capable of. That's the problem. I know he's a block revive. He's a boatload of damage and fears. This guy's just raw damage. Dracomorph is poison plus damage. Like, they've got some pretty heavy, hard, terrible hitters over here. Hitters I don't want to fight. The real question. Can I get to the boss and slam that too? I did that on purpose. It's to get the Rio Bone Spear out of the equation. As the problem with Rio is if you let Riho get any foothold at all, you're donezo. Like, you can kiss your idea of winning that level goodbye. Because you will be stuck in an eternal loop trying to kill Riho Bone Spear. I'm not kidding. That's why when you see a Riho, you need to focus on doing something about her. Keeping the turn meter down as much as humanly possible. See, that's what you want. You see, once you get the Riho out of the equation, this is not anywhere near as threatening. It's when the Riho is in the equation and you can't get her out, that's when it's a real issue. See, like right now, it's a problem. See, that's why I probably should have saved it for this. Because one mistake up here and you're toasted. Had to get this perfect. There's no other way around it. You mess up on this floor, you're toast. Like, there's no room for error in this dungeon. Especially not this floor. Okay, let's at least get him out of the equation. All right. So we're going to attack that. Stop her. All right. We have a chance. We have a chance. Got the block revive. We have a chance. All right. Zavia saves it. I forgot how I beat it last time, but we beat it. It's getting harder and harder, man. It really is. Like, you make one mistake on these floors, and it's over. It's literally over, and you can't do anything about it. Like, it's depressing. Like, you have to get this perfect to pass. Like, you have to. There's no way out. Okay, well, we'll get her out of the equation at least. Right. Because then we get into annoying support phase. Trying to get her stupid move off cooldown. Like, on cooldown. I'm going after her specifically because I know she's a major threat. Okay. We want to get the rest of them in lockdown mode so that they get ruined. The Necrit is not helping matters. Ugh. One day I'll actually get a Necrit. Maybe. But it's unlikely. More likely I'm going to get one of the damage dealers, which would be ideal anyway. But that's another story. In fact, it's far more likely I actually get Yakarl the Scourge because Yakarl is a clan fusion, right? It's a clan fusion. There we go. You saw that. We did it. Almost. Or like, I almost have them. The main issue is this Foley, because he's gotten the Blessing of Necrit, which, for those of you who don't know, the Blessing of Necrit is incredibly powerful, because they can't get debuffs, their damage is drastically reduced, and they have drastically increased defense, and Necrit takes all the damage. Okay, floor 89. Ooh, are we... Okay, we're gonna have to do this one tonight. So yeah, we've got massive progress made. Massive progress. Okay, I expected Lydia to be hard to defeat. I expected it. Because Lydia is an endgame champ in the truest sense of the term endgame. Meaning, if you have her, you're basically at the end of raid. Quite literally the end of raid. You're on an endgame account. Not just a late game account, an endgame account. Meaning, there's almost nothing left for you to do in the game on that account, pretty much. Like, you've achieved everything that... You've achieved everything already. Pretty much. Have I done that in raid? No. That's part of why I'm still playing. Because I haven't done that. You know another endgame champ is even more endgame than Lydia? Euros the Soul Caged. A lot of people like to boast about getting that champ. But few actually make it the distance actually required. The distance actually required is nothing short of a legendary. Like, unbelievably legendary. Like, you have to go a insane different distance. Oh, joy. You know what we have looking forward to tonight? The most feared Bommel in this entire rotation. The last Bommel. Oh, boy. That's going to be a nightmare, to say the least.